What's going on, everybody? GemMint here with today's new comic book day reviews. It's Wednesday, September 1st, and it's kind of a slow week, a little bit lackluster, and I don't know if it was Diamond or whoever the distributors are these days that shorted my shop, the Marvel and the Indies. Luckily, I do get most of these books via press PDF, so I'm only missing a couple titles, and I'll get into that before we get started. Before we get started, though, make sure if you guys are digging these videos that you hit that like button. It's so important. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell if you guys want to be made aware every time I drop a new video, which is honestly every day. And I got to thank the sponsor of this video, Project Naosis. This has amazing artwork. It's a Kickstarter campaign for an independent comic, and let's just let the creator, Paul, tell you all about it.
Hello everyone, it is Paul Thayer, the head creator of Project Naosis, ready to bring you the next installment of this series to Kickstarter. Episode 1 will be double the size of the last issue, over 40 pages of amazing artwork and non-stop action. You will get 2 stories inside episode 1, starting off with Michael Evans and his origin and how he joined the unit of Project Naosis, and then one of the key missions that sparks a whole new journey with the Project Naosis unit as they take on the rise of Crimson Pain and his rebellion. I am so excited to finally bring you guys the next part of this series, and we need you to help us get this one finished. The book is almost complete and we have amazing things going on for the future, but right now we need you. We need you guys to back this book and get this one to you soon as possible. You guys won't regret it. Thank you so much for your time. I'll see you guys later.
All right, guys, so the only books that I ended up missing was Lucky Devil by Dark Horse, which is by Cullen Bunn, and I really liked issue 1, so I will be picking it up probably tomorrow, and I'll include it in next week's video. I did not get to read the new Red Sonja from Dynamite. I was interested to see what that one was like because Invincible Red Sonja is kind of like its own story. I wanted to see what this one was going to be like by Mirko Andolfo. So we'll try to pick that up later. And I did not get to read Firepower by Robert Kirkman and Chris Samney, issue, what is this, 15? So those look for in a future video. Let's start with what I did read independently, and we'll start with Spawn 321, Todd McFarlane. He's joined by Carlo Barberi. First of all, this is an amazing cover, and it does tell you kind of what's happening in the story. I thought it was amazing. We get a lot of revelations on medieval Spawn. We find out who he is. We find out how people are so easily able to get to and from Spawn's HQ. It's like only supposed to be she, Spawn, and Mark, but for some reason there's always a bunch of other people coming and going. I like how they're progressing this story. It feels like it's carryover from King Spawn issue 1. And again, even this issue, like King Spawn 1, playing with bigger stakes, like bigger consequences, and I'm just digging it. So going to continue with Spawn for sure. Then we're moving on to GEIGER issue 6. This is by Jeff John with Gary Frank and Brad Anderson. So this is the end of the arc. I don't know if it's the end of the series. I know there's like an 80-page one-shot coming out next, but this is a huge finale, a big climatic ending. Probably the most exciting issue of the series so far. The showdown with the King of Las Vegas, with the glowing man. Very heart-wrenching. It's emotional. The art is always super clean. Jeff John's one of the best in the business. The writing is fluid. It's fun. It's exciting, and gonna pick up that 80-page one-shot and see where it goes from there. Then moving on over to Boom Studios, we did get this one from Cullen Bunn, Basilisk, issue 4. This was awesome, man. So we get a little bit more on these gods, these empowered beings that came down from the mountain, kind of giving us a little bit more than what we knew about them, but just a little bit. Also a big showdown, the human who's got the one of the gods captive, creating a kill box, and her versus the gods. Very fun the way it played out, flowed really well. I like the way they tell the story with the artwork as well. They kind of give you some panels with like this brownish overlay, just kind of creating tone, and then boom, you have these big action scenes. Basilisk is a dope series. All right, guys, we're kind of cruising along here. Let's jump into DC with Batman Superman Annual 2021. This is by Yang and Francavilla. So this is pretty cool. They kind of played with this when the arc first started, where you could read the comic, this way, and then you could read it this way, and then it meets in the middle. And this is telling the story of the Superman and Batman we've been following from this run. Batman having to go to Superman's world because he's better equipped to fight that enemy, and then vice versa, and then how it all links up in the middle. So I do like how this storyline uniquely tells its story. I think this is the last of that run, and the next issue will pick up with a new arc. But it was pretty cool for an annual. It tied in with the main story and everything. Moving on over to Teen Titans Academy, issue 6. Probably going to be my last time reading Teen Titans. This is by Sheridan, Sandoval, Tarragona, and Ariello. I'm just not digging it. We're following like different kids every time. This is like this Gorilla Grodd type story. Don't care, don't know who any of the characters are. No interest in them whatsoever. The art is okay. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not, you know, nothing to write home about. Sometimes incredible artwork can keep me writing or keep me reading a series, but it ain't that good. Then we got Wonder Girl issue 3, a little bit of a hiatus, it feels like, by Jones, Mello, and Belair, and Who Might You Be? So it's a fun series. I mean, it's lighthearted. It's not like one of those titles that where it's a chore to read. It's just fun. It flows. The art style is great. I really dig in the aesthetics of it. I like the character. She's very naive, very kind of new to the game, if you will. Not really much happens. Kind of a little bit of a love story, as hinted on the cover, ensnared by Eros, and she's kind of already got like a love interest already, and there's kind of conflict there now. It's okay. I mean, it's not bad. I still pick it up. Then we have Fear State Alpha. This is the beginning of this huge Fear State. It looks like there's an omnibus worth of material by Tynion, Federici, and Sotomayor. I don't know how much Tynion we're going to get, but Fear State, it was kind of slow. It was kind of longer than it needed to be. Even Fee was over my shoulder like, that looks boring as hell. A lot of dialogue. It's cool to see them kind of connecting the points that we didn't know on how we got from current times to future state, and Fear State is what, you know, how we get there, and the little seeds that get planted and grow throughout this issue. But it could have been shorter. They could have probably wrapped this up. I don't know if this is oversized. I mean, it's a $5 book. I mean, it was okay. I wouldn't say skip it, but could have been a little bit stronger. And then the last one from DC, we have Infinite Frontier, issue 5 out of 6. Williamson, Marino, Peltier, Derenick, Fernandez, Ratman, and Hi-Fi. I don't know. It's okay. I'm a little bit lost with this kind of stuff. It goes a little too deep into DC mythos for me. I don't retain as much as I read of like Infinite Crisis or Final Crisis, all that stuff. I don't know. There's a lot of characters I'm not really familiar with. I get the whole Psycho Pirate thing. They kind of have a big revelation with the Black Lancer of this universe, but it's a lot of like Alan Scott running around looking for his daughter, and then like a bunch of characters that I'm not familiar with. I'm a little bit lost. I don't think this is a really accessible run for people that are like, you know, newer to reading comics. You kind of got to have decades of DC knowledge to really get what's going on, in my opinion. All right, guys, moving on to Marvel. We're going to start with Demon Days Cursed Web. This is the Peach Momoko kind of ongoing, but it's kind of like, yeah, her Mariko character interacting with different versions of, you know, characters that we know from the Marvel universe. It's in a manga styled storytelling. It's okay. I mean, you had a nice fight scene, a couple of scenes where I was like, ooh, like the fight scenes were pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's just kind of like an Elseworlds thing. It doesn't really matter, I guess. It's just kind of a fun storytelling thing, watercolor type of paint artwork throughout. It's okay, but I don't know. It's just not, I don't really love it. It's okay. All right, then we got Sinister War. I don't even know what issue is this. I think it's issue 4. Sinister War is okay as well. It's just a big, huge brawl. I do like how they carried over from the last issue of ASM, and we see who's really behind everything, who's behind Kindred, who's kind of got all these villains going up against Spider-Man, but it's basically just like Maximum Carnage on steroids with every Spider-Man villain ever. There is a big death in this book that could make it a key issue, if deaths are really key-worthy. A character close to Spider-Man, so that was pretty touching and probably not who you expect, or maybe it is who you expect. Who cares? I can't wait to see the next Spider-Man run after the Nick Spencer run. Then we got Hellions issue 15, Wells, Antonio, and Burrito. It was okay. I mean, I like the dialogue in this book. I like how they write Sinister. I know it's not everyone's favorite version of Sinister, but I think that's the only saving grace of this book. Also, big revelations in this issue. Everybody kind of finds out about Sinister's plan and Psylocke being in on it and the reasons behind it, and then a big climatic kind of ending to this arc as well. Now, I'm not sure if the arc is finished. It seems like there's some threads still dangling. This book has been underrated, but it is also kind of like, where's this going? Who cares? Does it really matter? And then on to the pick of the week, guys. And yes, it's a Marvel book. It's Dark Ages. This is by Tom Taylor, who does apocalyptic stuff so damn well. I didn't know what to expect with this, and I absolutely loved it. Tom creates this new type of threat that puts the Marvel Universe into the Dark Ages. I'm not going to give it away. The battle was epic as hell. The aftermath is like holy shit, and it was super fun. The art style was, you know, typical Marvel art, nothing to write home about again. But I really like the premise. I really like Tom Taylor's doing DC, but with Marvel, but not with zombies. But end of the world, apocalyptic stuff. It's big. It feels like a big event. And it's going to be interesting to see how these characters are going to be able to continue in the Marvel Dark Ages. So pick of the week, but let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. I know it's a slow week. I think usually the 5th week of the month or the 1st of the month can be slow for a lot of publishers. I think sometimes DC doesn't even publish anything, but leave me a comment below. Hit that like button if you enjoyed the video, and again, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the notification bell. We do have a big giveaway going on for our next subscriber milestone of 150K. In case you didn't know, we're giving away this Days Off the Worst premium format by Sideshow. So all you got to do is like, comment, be subscribed, and once we hit the milestone, we'll go live, pick a random video where I promoted the giveaway, and use a random YouTube comment generator to draw a worldwide winner. That's all I got for you guys today. Again, light week. Make sure to check out my top 10 favorite books of the week from last week with Rockin' Robbie Billups, last week's new comic book day reviews as well, and yeah, see what we got for you tomorrow. Stay minty fresh. Peace.